This is J.O.N. and I'm on screen with East Lorraine.
I told her bro to get up, go and make some pay today. I did.
What's going on, y'all? This is On Screen TV, where we focus on real people, real stories, and real culture. And today I am on screen with none other than musician, producer, engineer, ultimate creative, J.O.N.
Wow. That was an amazing introduction. How you doing?
Thank you.
What's up, world?
How are you doing today? Before we get into anything, how are you doing today? How are you feeling? What's your mindset? What's going on?
Everything's copacetic. I feel good. I feel blessed. It's been quite the journey to get here today. But
So today we're going to get into talking about you, your story, your upbringing, music, all the good topics. But I just want to know first, what songs have you been bumping lately? What's the top song you've been bumping lately on your playlist?
That's a good question. Let me think. I've been listening to a lot of old music. Just listening to old music, getting new ideas. So I was listening to a lot of Al Green. We did a show last night randomly at the center stage. And I have been listening to this Bobby Womack song, and then we ended up playing that song at the show. So I've been listening to a lot of old stuff. The newest thing I've been listening to is, what is the newest thing I've been listening to? First question got me. Oh my goodness, let's see.
You good? Take your time.
No, I've been listening to a lot of, oh shit. I don't know. Sometimes for me, when I study what's current,
What's current you're behind?
in some way, and they just create. You know, they allow life to inspire them. Not necessarily what's hot right now. So I haven't listened to anything new lately. I haven't.
I don't even like what you said too, because even if you think about what's current, a lot of things are fickle. Things come and go so easily, and a lot of people sample older music as well. So
Right, and for me, it's like even when I'm critically listening to music, it's beyond the songs. It's the song, it's the lyrics, it's the production, but it's how it sounds, the tones they got in the guitars, what the drums sound like, stuff like that. Can I sample those drums? Just stuff like that. Lately, honestly, this is why I haven't been listening to anything new. I've been going back to the beginning, going back to the things that first struck my attention and made me want to make music. I grew up in a very musical household, and my father was a musician, is a musician, and he would pick it up and put it down. But having a guitar in the house definitely inspired me. And there was a lot of music in my church. There was a very strong foundation of that church. And so I was very involved in the music there. And lately, when I say lately, maybe in the last couple months, I've been listening to a lot of the things, the gospel, the R&B, the things that made me want to do this shit. And so I didn't mean to cut you off, but yes.
no, you're good. That's good.
That's why, because I think that's what's been inspiring me to do the things I've been doing now. And people hear it and say, man, that feels so familiar, but it's new. You know, versus hopping on the trendy shit.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
And let's touch base a little bit more about your upbringing. Like you said, grew up in the church, but if I'm not familiar, you grew up in Denmark, Tennessee, or no?
How you know that?
I mean, I do my research.
That's interesting. I did. Yeah.
So what was life like growing up, and what kind of kid were you growing up?
Man, that's an interesting question, because when I think back to Denmark and growing up there, it's like a fantasy, because you can't grow up like that no more. My brother and my mother and father, they're still together. And we grew up beside my aunt and her son, which was my first cousin. And then beside them was my grandmother and my grandfather, which was my mother's father and mother. And so it was a very loving upbringing.
That's good.
Yeah, I left home with a lot of emotional maturity.
That's good. Do you remember the first instrument you ever picked up and played?
It was guitar, and the first instrument I really started playing and studying was trumpet when I was a youngster. And then a few years after that, I transitioned to guitar, because I sing as well, and you can't sing and play trumpet. You can perform and play trumpet, but not at the same time. And so that's why I transitioned to guitar. There was a guitar player in my church. His name was Robert Taylor. I had reached out to a few people to give me some game, but he was the one who took time. Shout out to Robert. I was serious about guitar, and because I started writing songs. And so I actually only started producing because find anyone that would keep their word as far as help me get my ideas down.
Yeah.
So I just started doing it myself. And then that started for me producing, engineering. You know, it just really came out of necessity.
Good. That's nice.
So you can't be out here making excuses.
You can't.
Do you have it or do you not? Can you do it or can you not? Get the shit done. Because no boss wants to hear no excuses.
Yeah.
But I digress.
No, hey, you speaking real shit. You speaking real shit. So I want to get kind of a bit more into your accolades. You work with legends such as Missy Elliott, Music Soul Child, have placements on MTV, BET, and Netflix, and have had Grammy-winning success. What project or projects are you most proud of, and any lessons that you took away from like your projects?
I think that I'm proud of all of them. I think there are lessons in each and every one of those situations. I think that the better question is, did I learn from those lessons? And some I did and some I didn't.
Yeah.
But in any lesson, loss or win, there is a lesson. Because I think that even sometimes you learn more when you lose. So yes and yes. But I would say that the new project, Slow Burn, with Eli, that's definitely something that I would say I'm very proud of, because it just took a lot of work to get it done.
Yeah. Definitely. And we're going to get more into that later too, y'all.
I didn't mean to jump, my bad.
No, you good.
You asked me a question, that's how I feel.
Hey. So do you feel like your sound is definable yet? And if so, how would you define it? So even thinking about what you talked about, listening to old music and keeping some of those elements from older sounds, church sounds, your upbringing, everything into what you produce, do you feel like your sound is definable? And if so, how would you define your sound?
I would say yes and no.
Okay.
I would say that in some ways it is. There's certain elements I enjoy using that I go to that are familiar, that people even hear they are familiar. But because I listen to so many types of music and I played different instruments, I just try to find whatever moves the needle and not box it or anything. So for instance, I play guitar, but I don't have guitar on everything I do. I don't play guitar if I have a guitar on everything. There's an amazing guitar player named Terry June Dorsey. He owns the Slow Down remix, playing them crazy ass licks. Like I will call him and let him go crazy. So yes and no. There are some elements that I love, like 808 and guitar and program sounds, like using my MPC but playing live percussion. There are some things that I would say that, and of course, my tag is, people seem to enjoy that.
Like, hey, J.O.N, who did your tag?
My girl Deja, shout out to Deja.
Hey,
I love the girl, hope you well. She's, I had a vision I heard it in my head, but I don't think it would have connected if I did it.
Yeah.
So I just had her do it.
So what are your thoughts, being that you've been around like the music industry, music landscape for a minute, what are your thoughts on the current state of the music scene? So we can touch on all genres, whether it be R&B, rap, jazz, whatever you want to touch on. But what are your thoughts on the current landscape of the music scene? And like, what do you feel like is exciting, or what do you feel like is missing?
I think the current landscape is the landscape. I think that it's on the people who feel things are missing to create those things. I think that music, much like anything, is what you make it. So it's important to find what you can do, because in a lot of ways it's not a level playing field. Even though it seems that way and it's portrayed as that way, and independence and being an independent artist is a trendy thing, but in some ways that's not even an even playing field. And so no matter what, you just got the mindset that you're gonna be straight, you're gonna make it happen. Because if you focus on what you can control, I'm gonna say it again. If you focus on what you can control, there's nobody that can stop you. There's gonna be obstacles. There are gonna be challenges. You gotta be too player to give up. And I think that's the story of my life. I'm just too player to give up.
So you touch a bit on some artists that inspire you, but are there any other artists that you can name that inspire you musically, and like what you produce and stuff like that?
Like my favorite producers?
Yes. Yeah.
Of course I like the greats that everybody likes. There are some people that it's like Michael Jordan. It's like no matter who comes after Michael Jordan, everyone in some ways was inspired by MJ.
Yeah.
Right. And so there are producers that I definitely admire. But then there are some that really don't get talked about that I think have definitely inspired me. Warren Campbell. He did a lot of Kelly Price. But he's really known for Mary Mary, but he did a lot of stuff with Kanye as well. I would say Fred Hammond. I would say people like that, people who just don't get the love. I mean, he's been in the news lately for all the wrong reasons, but Marvin Wine is just like one of my favorite artists. He's an amazing singer and songwriter. NDRE is amazing. I would say Anderson .Paak, Bruno Mars, and keeping that alive in music. But producers, who else could I name that need a light shined on them? I don't think that DJ Paul and Juicy J get the credit they deserve as being producers. They changed the sound of a generation. Everything sound like 3-6. The drums, the program. So I definitely gotta say DJ Paul and Juicy J. Who else can I give love to? Polo the Don was somebody that I really admired, and then I got to meet him and be around him, and it was just really cool. He showed me a lot of love. Bangladesh, he was a real mentor to me when I first moved to Atlanta. So there's so many. JD, I mean, man, you cannot belittle his value, the value that he's given to this game, to the city, and just really changed the game in a lot of ways. And Dallas Austin as well. T-Pain, I mean, I can go on and on. And then all of the greats that everyone says about, Sam Cooke.
Okay, come on now.
Just not only the music, but just being a visionary with his music vision.
So let's get more to your creativity and like when you're producing music and stuff like that. What do you begin with? Do you start with like an emotion, a melody, a beat? Like what, or does it vary from like track to track, or like what do you?
It just depends on what's going on. I mean, I really like to start with a song. I started songwriting before anything. I think that one thing that separates my music from maybe others is that the song is really strong with the content or the melody. And when I was in Nashville, maybe it's because I was in Nashville for a while in Murfreesboro, but that's important. So with a song, it's usually melody. And so if it's not a song, or if it is a song, it's going to be something melodic first. Whether it's me playing some guitar chords or me watching TV and I got a melody I did, I just hit me and I sing it on my phone and I play it on piano. I just try to be open. Yeah. And not limit myself creatively. Yeah. So it just depends.
Okay, definitely important. We're going to segue a little bit into talking about 85 South.
Okay.
How long have you been a part of the 85 South family?
I've been with 85 since the beginning.
Okay.
Yeah, and very grateful to say that. It's a very wild, long story.
Yes.
That will be told someday, but yeah. Beginning, Chad and Joe, them, and homies just kicking it, and then I do a lot of shooting as well, and I was known for doing a lot more shooting than I am now. And so they would hire us to do stuff with them with Steve Harvey. And then one day Joe said he wanted to they're going to start a production company. I told him, Greg and I are down with whatever. And then that was the beginning. I met Carlos by going to Catch Cafe on Tuesday. He used to be there every Tuesday. Just doing like open comedy mic, live jokes.
Okay.
So, I would just pull up at the studio, and that's how I know Carlos. And I met DC the first day we shot the 85 South show at Steve Harvey Studios one day in December, almost 10 years ago. And met Clayton that day as well, and been ever since. Okay. So shout out to Joe and Kat and Chad.
Come on, period, okay, and Chad. Come on. So I see that like one of the defining moments that the crew discovered musical talent is when y'all had like an Airbnb and you had pulled out your guitar and you just started playing. Y'all started freestyling. I want you to tell me about that moment, like.
So again, I was on a and this is maybe been our first or second live show, period. Yes. And I think it was the second because the first one I feel like was Smith Soul Bar. So we go to North Carolina, Comedy Zone is what, and after the show, they put you up in an Airbnb. So we in the Airbnb, we kicking, people over, we having a good time. And I don't know, maybe it was a guitar in the corner. I don't know why maybe even do that. But shit, we chilling, I saw the guitar, I picked it up, and I started doing what I do. And Los and Chico just busted out a freestyle. Shout out to Joe for actually capturing that moment. So it's on YouTube. And then from there on, I've done the music ever since. Yeah. You ever be jumping in the freestyles? No, I can. You can? Yeah, for sure. No, I'm excited to the world, more about me and the things I do. Because a lot of times, producers and creators, when you're so into artists, people don't really know or see that process, so they don't really know or see, the extent of your gift. Yeah. And on you and your responsibility to show that. Yes. So that's true. Closed mouth don't get fed at the end of the day. That's what I'm gonna do. In the day. So I guess for the 85 presenters out there, I guess what to you personally, do you have like a favorite show or like a favorite moment? I know we kind of touched on based on the original, but do you have like a favorite moment or anything you can pinpoint? That's a good question. It's so many moments and it all starts running, especially because we've been doing it for so long. Yeah. But one moment, I think doing the Apollo was a moment for me, just to be there. I grew up watching that in my grandma's living room on Saturday afternoon. And so to actually be there and rub the wood was really an experience. I actually got to know Karen. Kiki Shepard wasn't there, but it was cool. How
did you and Eli meet? How'd y'all even meet to begin with?
This is apartment building or condos, I don't know, but this is right by the mountain.
Mm-hmm.
For whatever reason, I was in there and I was walking out and I saw this crowd of people gathered at the bottom. The bottom is Atlanta, Kentucky. It's a beer, I think they make beer there, but they also serve their beer. It's on by Nappy Roof. Shout out to Nappy Roof. I'm down there. I walk down there, and there's a show going on. I said, "Oh shit, I'm about to see what's going on."
Yeah.
I walk in, I see this young kid with a guitar. I was like, "Oh, I'm definitely about to stay now.
Yeah.
What's he about to do?"
Mm-hmm.
And he went up there and did his thing. I randomly just bumped into the people he was with, Theodore and Niamdi, and we all connected. And then I talked to Eli, and we just connected, just breaking bread. And then we ironically found out we knew some of the same people out in LA, which was really uncommon to know this person. And so then I kind of felt like, damn, maybe this is meant to be. Like maybe something will come from this. And so some time went on, and then I keep in contact. I would check on him from time to time. I mean, I just hit him up, and I said, hey, bro, what you doing? I just moved to the east side. I got my studio set up. We've been meaning to do something. Let's link up. Because I felt like if he came by, he would definitely, we would connect and see, where he was with his, with his gift, with his talent. He could see where I am, and I think that we could come to a common ground and create some cool stuff. And yeah, that's exactly what happened. And so when I told him where I was, and he told me he was in the same area, that was almost like a sign.
Yeah, like alignment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so once he said that, I didn't have any words, and it just has been everything I expected and more.
So walk us through the creative process of Slow Burn. What inspired this project, and how was it like creating it?
I think we did Slow Down. It was really cool to see the love and the feedback that we got. We dropped it, and it actually got added to 14 Apple Music playlists.
Okay.
And so it's amazing. I'm just really, because again, those are things that you can't control.
Yeah.
By controlling what you can and doing what you can effort-wise to get back those results, you can't even pitch the Apple Music playlist. There's no site to do that. It's amazing. So after that started, Eli and I was thinking, damn, we got some chemistry. I said, we just do some more records. And so we did some more records. And as we're doing these records, I did a remix, maybe like a month after that. Shout out to Akeem Ali. And when I played the song for Akeem, he loved it. I said, bro, shit, hop on it. We're working on another song that I already released called Show for Show, streaming. And as we're doing these records, I did a remix, maybe like a month after that. Shout out to Akeem Ali. And when I played the song for Akeem, he loved it. I said, bro, shit, hop on it. We're working on another song that I already released called Show for Show, streaming now. And yeah, when he put his verse on there, and the verse he put on there was just so smooth, I just thought, damn, this is working. We should continue to do this.
Yes.
So after the remix, we went to LA, and he did a showcase at the Peppermint Lounge, and it was amazing. Got a lot of love, a lot of feedback. And from there, we were thinking, okay, let's start putting EP together. And so that was the genesis of the EP. But a lot of the songs, a lot of the lyrics, a lot of the content was really from conversations Eli and I were having. I thought it was very important to talk about his life, who he is and what had been going on. I thought it was very important to surround himself with people who had more experience than him, that could speak into his life and give him direction in this direction for our songs, and let's look at it like this. And so it was a very beautiful situation, the creative process. Working with Ola, amazing songwriter and artist. Working with Deja Ross, an amazing songwriter and artist, and does beats and ballads. And it was just cool. It was cool, which reminded me that tonight I gotta go by there. But yeah, it was just really, really dope. And so I'm really grateful. I had vision, Eli had vision. We came together, and it came together, and we got it done. So yeah, I can't say just anytime I can have an idea of anything, conceptualize it and see it to completion, I'm just always inspired and just thankful and grateful.
Do you have a particularly favorite track on the EP? Like if nobody could hear nothing else from the EP, be like, you know what, hear this one song.
Maybe Russian Roulette.
Okay.
It sounds so different.
Okay.
Just because it sounds so different. Just because that track I had years before I met Eli.
Okay.
And, that melody, Russian Roulette, I had before I met Eli. And it just worked that when we were in a session, I already had that melody idea, but I was in a room with two other songwriters, and I wanted to give them space to get their shit off. And we did, and it was just flowing. And then I sang the part that I've had in my head for years, and they liked it, and we went with it. And so I would say that because it also allowed me to put Eli in a different light than I used to him seeing him. Because honestly, I think he's more of a like mainstream pop artist. His range has no bound. He can do R&B, he can do pop, he can do rock. He's a real musician, real songwriter. Like plays multiple instruments. So it's like for me when I see that, it's like, bro, we need to see more of that. I think we need to just show people who you are, because showing people who you are would naturally set you apart. Instead of anyone trying to find ways for you to stand out, there's no one that's walking the earth with your same DNA footprint.
Yeah, because authenticity is always the key, especially in this business.
The easiest way to do it is to be who you are.
Yeah.
And to be who you are, you gotta spend some time with yourself.
Hello?
Don't get me started.
A lot of niggas scared to do that. They scared to do
Get
that.
me started. We're gonna leave that alone. We're gonna leave that alone.
Like, I even want to ask you, was it you or Eli on the guitar solo for Russian Roulette?
That was Eli.
Yeah, he did a beautiful
Hey,
job.
bro, you need a guitar solo.
Yeah.
Let's do a song with a guitar solo, and this is the perfect song. Instead of us writing another verse,
Yeah.
guitar solo.
Mm-hmm.
And he was down. He was open to it. And again, your job as a producer is to put the artist in their best light and highlight their strengths. If there's something that you feel like people need to see more of, push to, hey, bro, you should do this. He did that shit. And it's so cool. So I would say Russian Roulette. I would say Russian, but that's honestly tough because I love the interlude, Show Me. That came about because that came from a jam session that we were having, our first session.
It feels like that.
So I lost the session. And so, but I had a homeboy named Trey. What up, Trey? He was over here in town and he had his phone out when we were working. And I just randomly came across the clip. I was like, oh, shit, I need to redo that. We need to revisit that.
Yeah.
And I thought, we don't have time to do it. The album's almost done, but what if it was an interlude? We don't have to write anything else to that. And so I played the bass, I played the guitar, I redid the drums. I had a steel guitar. And then Eli came through, re-sang it, and it worked. And I was just like, bruh, no one's doing interludes anymore.
Yeah.
Not R&B.
Yeah.
Like, and my goal is I want people to hear that song and say, dog, where's the rest of the song? Let's give them that.
Yeah.
And so I'm very proud of that too. Yeah. And thankful that Eli was open to trying something.
As I told you, I feel like my personal favorite from the track is Reassurance.
Ooh.
But I was re-listening to it again in the car, and even how like it just paints the picture of like what it's talking about, like reassuring a woman and stuff like that. And just also like listening to the car, I heard like the cricket. And I was like, that's so nice. Like, this is so nice. It sets the tone, it sets the vibe. So I feel like it's just thoroughly a great job within the project.
That was, again, one of my favorites. And the crickets is just, I wanted to paint the picture of you just sitting with your lady, just you and her just talking, you know, just breaking bread, like you and her.
Yeah.
And the crickets.
Yeah.
Sitting outside under the poplar tree. And I think that it's so unconventional to what's going on now.
Yes.
Long ass intro.
Yes.
People don't do that.
No.
Because people attention span, but I don't think people give consumers, fans, listeners enough credit. Like, don't belittle their intelligence like that. You don't know what the attention span is.
Yeah.
Who said that? Yeah. And how do you know? Did you time it? Propaganda, man. Like, do your shit. To them, and your tribe, your people will find it. Long ass intro. I said, bro, there's a clip of us working on this. Wrote this with Ola initially, and Eli and I just sitting in a room with our guitars. Eli and I playing the acoustic, just coming up with the hook. And I think it's crazy how when we lay down the guitars, I actually mic'd up an acoustic guitar, and I say, bro, this makes me feel like I'm back in Tennessee, like in Nashville, actually recording acoustic instruments. You know, like real putting soul in the music, and everything not being computer generated type shit. And then while we listened back to the guitar, I was like, bro, I think strings would be dope on this. It's like I wanted to find ways to do all the classic R&B and soul things on one project with him. So that's why I have an interlude. That's why there's strings on the project. Yeah. I don't be hearing strings on projects like that no more. Yeah. You know, so again, like another nod to the past. But then also the subject matter, because we all learned a lesson with that song, because the initial song was, we don't need no reassurance. Baby, it's you and me. I'm with you. What you mean? What you need? We don't need no reassurance. Yeah. But then talking to Deja, we played it for her. She like, I like this, but I wanted more from it. We're like, what you mean? She's like, the man should reassure. And we were like, damn, you're right. You're right. Like, there's nothing that we should run from as men. If you're the type of man that leads your relationship. Now, if you're not, then this don't apply to you. But if you do, in my opinion, this is what I've seen, you know, the man leads the relationship. Now, leading, and I didn't say control, leading is different because I need consent to lead. Leading don't always mean I'm in charge all the time. Leading sometimes means you in charge, handle that. Whatever you think, I'm here to support you as your leader. And if we're hooping and we down by 10 and I'm the leader of the team, I'm gonna reassure my niggas that, yo, we gonna come back. We got this.
Yeah.
We got them right where we want them. How much more? If I'm a leader and I'm leading my relationship, my woman allowing me to lead her, how much more should I not from time to time reassure her that we're gonna be all right?
And it's free, you don't cost nothing.
Don't cost nothing. I got this. We got this.
Yeah.
I'm here for you. So it's
I'm
a
gonna
lesson
put some
to
organs
be learned.
behind that. No,
I'm
I'm gonna put some
saying.
organs.
It's a lesson to be learned with the music, and for us and the music that I create, I'm a part of. It's got to be deeper than just words and a beat.
Yes.
It's got to be deeper than that.
Yes.
You know, because this music is very, very powerful. I ain't got to get into how deep that is, but it's just very powerful, and so I take that very seriously. So,
I love that. I love that.
So to hear you say that means the world to me, because that was very intentional.
That's good.
Every part of that song, every sound, every background vocal, every lyric. We wrote the hook together. Eli came in and had most of the verse. I was like, damn, nigga, where'd you get this from?
Yeah.
You know? And Deja and I just messed around and changed a few simple things, but like that song had a purpose of its own. And so now, that was the song and a single that was serviced and added to all the playlists. It got added to 13 playlists when it came out 2 weeks ago, when the EP came out. And so evidently the song was resonating with other people, other men, other women, other relationships. So you mean to tell me Eli and J.O.N bringing relationships back together?
Hello.
You mean to tell me Eli and J.O.N repairing families?
Doing the good work.
God is good, man.
Because I even seen in the comments on his pages, like, we're bringing back yearning. We're bringing back
yearning music.
You know, wanting to love. Everybody be so hard nowadays. Like, don't nobody got to talk about it. It's exhausting.
That's one thing Deja said.
Yeah.
She was sitting there and about that. We need back yearning. I was like, girl, you right. You know, so yeah, that definitely was a team effort, and I'm so grateful that, you know, we executed on a high level, because sometimes your vision isn't always the reality once you finish things. That one, I think we executed very well. Yes.
As y'all are continuing to, like, you know, push out the project and stuff like that, what are y'all doing? Like, I seen some visuals came out for Slow Down, and as well as Russian Roulette, with like the couch scene and everything. That was nice. So what other things can we expect to see, and how can people support you as well, like, with everything that's coming out with the project?
So we're working on doing some events, some listening sessions. We got to do a show.
Yeah.
We did a BMI performance. It went really, really well. And so, you know, we give the band, do a show or two, and just create a lot more content. My plan is to promote this for the rest of the year. And the music I'm making now with new artists, I'm planning to roll out 2026. So for me, this is going to be continued momentum, producing with more artists. I'm really just getting my DJ Khaled on. I just ain't yelling on the track and shit. It's finding dope artists that I have chemistry with. Chemistry is very important to me, in business and other. And so anytime I have real chemistry with an artist, and they listen, let's get it. Yeah. You know, let's get it. And so I'm excited about finding some new artists and doing some different things, some different sounds, and just, it's still gonna sound like J.O.N. or J.O.N. giving my, you know, my experience, from my crazy ass journey that I've had, and finding ways to amplify whatever artists I work with. Yeah.
How can people support you? Where can they follow you at? And I guess any advice that you want to leave, it don't even have to be young artists, producers, or anything, just to a person out there today. What type of advice could you leave for anyone out there today?
So you can follow me at HeyJO_N on IG and Twitter. And it's the same thing on TikTok, but it's the dots instead of the underscore. So HeyJ.O.N on TikTok. And YouTube as well. Fuck with me on YouTube. We're dropping a lot of content, a lot of behind the scenes content, a lot of documentary style footage of just the making. We gotta tell the story of this project. And so that's very important as well. I would say DenmarkTigers.com. Denmark like the country, tigers like the animal.com. Go there, all the resources. We got merch coming, we got product coming, and you can buy music there. I would love to do a few vinyl pressings of Slow Burn. And yeah. And what was the last thing you asked?
Piece of advice.
Don't listen to anybody's advice. I would say trust your instincts. Now, this is very important what I'm about to say next. You're gonna be wrong a lot.
Yeah.
But you gotta be okay with being wrong. One thing about me, I ain't afraid to be wrong. And fortune favors the bold when they have a plan. So that'd be my only advice.
Okay.
Just keep it playing, man. You dig? Just keep it playing.
Thank you so much, J.O.N, for coming on Screen, where we
appreciate
focus
you.
on real people, real stories, and real culture. This is East Lorraine. This is J.O.N.
Yeah.
Y'all. Love y'all. Bye.
This is cool.
Thank you. I appreciate
I told you it wasn't gonna be no hour.